So this, oh, good start to the morning. This is a kit that I found in a random stuff store. You know, one of those Big Lotsy type random stuff stores. So I found craft kits and I decided to start working on this one. And then I realized that this one was going to take forever. It's going to be substantially longer than I originally thought. I thought I'd get this whole thing done in one sitting. No, it's a lot of hand sewing. So I choose the first of the little embroidery creature things, and that's the one that I do in this. So the kit came with really good, like, assortment of things. So it had the needle, the stamped felt, the instructions. I thought it was cool that there was a plastic suck seal, however you call that, the needle. I thought that was cool. So the only thing you need out of it would outside of this would be scissors. Supposedly, it claims that it has everything you need to do the kit, but the instructions tell you to use polyfill, which is stuffing. So you're gonna need stuffing outside of this too. I mean, like, you don't need, but you should, if you want the look that it's telling you to go for, you should have a little stuffing. So, blah blah blah. Also, the embroidery thread in this, I was like totally stoked that the kit came with everything you needed, but the thread is the cheapest stuff. It is so bad quality and it tears and knots worse than any embroidery thread I have ever used. So that was shocking. It does say right stamped on the front of it that the thread is imported from China. So I thought, okay, well that's a little funny. The thing out of the kit that doesn't work is the one thing that you didn't make where you made everything else. Doesn't seem like a great business idea if it's not so great quality compared to your other stuff, which is pretty damn good quality considering. Anyways, blah blah. So it has really good instructions with little check boxes so that I can follow along. And then I'm starting with the tree stump and the mushroom. Wait, that's a bunny. Bunny snail. It's a bunny snail. That's the one that I started with. And then I'm going to do each piece separately like this per week until I have the garland. Is that called a garland? It's a garland, right? It's a garland. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. So I've never done an embroidery project like this that has quite so many details and stuff. So I thought it was fun to see how the kit tells you to do these things, because usually my stuff has less detail than this. I don't know. I just don't think of doing little embroidery hand touch details like this. So I thought that was a fun idea. So also, I decided that it'd be easier to do some of the hand stitching before I fully cut it out. So I partially cut this out and then decided let's do the wood grain embroidery stitching before I finish cutting it out. So that's why it's like this. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so just cute little running stitch wiggles up the tree to make like wood grain look. And then there's all the different leaves that you attach later. And then there's the various different pieces to the bunny snail, which also have some top embroidery like this. And then you applique all the things together to make the thing, the creature or item or whatever the hell it is. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of a slow project, kind of very slow project, but I think it's worth it because they're so cute and I've never made anything like this. And it does remind me of, there's this thing that my mom made. It's right in that drawer. I should have grabbed it to show, but I don't feel like it. I was cleaning out that drawer yesterday, getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Anyways, so she made all these things when we were really, really little and we still lived in the cult. And it was this carrot. It was a sewn carrot that had all of these little embroidery felt family people in it. And it was a family of bunnies. So I loved that. The only piece that I still have from my mom's set that she made was the super bunny. So there was this little baby bunny, and then there were the parent bunnies and stuff. And the little baby bunny had a super bunny outfit on, like he had a cape and anyways, super cute. So this reminds me of hers. This snail bunny is my version of my mother's super bunny, I think. I don't know. So she also would make these really cool, out of that plastic stuff with holes. I forgot what that's called. It's like the needle point plastic canvas stuff. She would make really cool things for the magnets for the fridge. It was like these little people characters, and like one of them was her firstborn kid and the other one was her secondborn kid. They were really cute. They went together. And then she made a goose to go with the firstborn kid because my sister had a pet goose when she was little. So I think that that's a really cute idea. I like that kind of craft. The little like hand stitching embroidery type needle pointy things. So they're really, really slow though, but really cute. And then for this, also, let me just complain here for a second that the kit doesn't, it, I don't know if it was telling me what the hell color to choose from in that crazy page of instructions that I barely look at. It tells you like how to do the various stitches and stuff, but I didn't see a logical or understandable way that it was telling me what colors to choose. It was kind of chaos. Also, the colors that I had in my hand to sew with were not the same colors of thread that they had in their picture. So I just kind of picked whatever color of thread I wanted. Whatever. It doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. Just whatever. So, yeah. So you applique on like the little different pieced stump top and stuff like that. I thought that was really cute. And then you don't ultimately attach the snail to the trunk in this for some reason. At the very last step just told me to set those aside. So I'll see in another week or so, whenever week I come to making this whole garland. For now, I'm just going to start working on making individual pieces. And then after like 7 weeks, when I have all the individual pieces made, I'll see how it actually wanted me to attach them. So blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so you get your two little pieces once you finally finished embroidering the decorative outside, and then you just applique them together. And I always leave part of it done and then part of it open so that I can shove stuffing in stuff that has weird little pieces like what do you call that piece sticking off the stump? The arm of the tree stump, the branch. Yeah, it's a branch. I have intelligence when I wake up. Can you tell? I have like half a cup of coffee and that's it. But I wanted to do this because I'm in the middle of doing the exercise stuff and I get kind of carried away with that and I wind up losing a huge amount of my day. So I needed to stop and do this real fast. I've been kind of chaotic. This week and last week were both not quite as organized as they should be. I had this really, really strict routine going, and I'm on week 6, I believe, of my really, really strict routine. And then things start to go a little downhill. Like always, you can't have a good routine without life trying to throw some rocks in your path or something. So I tripped over the rocks life threw at me, and I'm trying to get back up. Ugh, it's difficult. But you got cute art and stuff like this to keep you getting up. I got such rambles. Oh my god. I don't think anything I'm going to say is really all that valuable or even helpful. So when you use polyfill for little crafts like this, you barely, barely, barely need any. You just take a pinch and then fluff it up a whole bunch and it'll go really far. And you don't want a little project like this to be overstuffed because the stuffing will just pop out your sides, your holes, your stitching. It'll all just pop out the sides. So live and learn. I have definitely done that where I added way too much stuffing. So now I know you add far less than I think you need to add. So it is what it is. Also, when I was trying to cut out the bunny's head, I accidentally cut part of its ear off. So I was stoked that I had enough of that color felt left to just cut another piece because oops. Oh well, my total bad. Whatever. It was still a cute project. And it's a little funky, but I thought it was really cute. So it was fun to work on. And I will be excited to start doing the next creature in the lineup. I don't know which one came next in the instruction book, but that'll be fun. I'll do that soon. And something else, I don't know. I have very limited memories of things these days. There's too much going on inside my head, so you forget the things that were less important. But yeah. My head is full. So I've been deciding, since my head is so full, I need to get rid of objects because I have too many objects. I lived the entire time I've been in this state, I was a massive maximalist. Terrible. I gathered all the things I could out of my great-grandmother's house. And then when we went to this house, I also got a bunch of stuff that was just like left in this house hidden. Some of it was hidden like literally in my roof. I had roof damage and we had to take off part of this roof in my room. And there's stuff up there. Like pictures and stuff. Like they stored stuff up there, and then we were wondering how on earth did you get stuff up there because there's no like crawl space to get up here. The only way you could possibly get into my roof is this particular piece of roof because this is the add-on and this isn't attached to the regular house's main roof. So if you wanted to get into this piece, like to put stuff up there, you'd either first of all have to take a piece of the roof off like we did, or you'd have to go outside through to the air hole vent thingy. Or in my bathroom, there's an air vent, that thingy, you could probably get through that But other than that, there's literally no access to the roof. Like, we literally cut a piece of the roof out to get up there because of the damage. So yeah, they just shoved stuff literally everywhere in this house. We also have like basement cubby holes along the stairs that are filled with all sorts of stuff. We found what we call the Harry Potter room because it's this tiny door, but it's got a lock on the outside, like it's an actual solid hardwood door. Funny thing, this house has no doors, but there's a door in the basement hallway, like along the. It's really really creepy. Definitely big enough to put multiple people in back there. It's a creepy little room, short room, but it goes back really really far, and it's just like halfway down the basement stairs. It's this really weird landing space. Like, what do you do with that closet? Who cut out that closet and why? Very curious. So, yeah, this house has been interesting. Definitely the old houses are more interesting, in my opinion, than the newer houses, because the new houses, when we lived in California, there's nothing people really leave behind. It's not like there's 200 years worth of life left in the basement of any of those houses. So, going through both of these was really fun. My great grandmother was a hoarder, so there was tons of stuff in her house, tons. And I wound up taking the whole library, basically everything that was in the attic, um, a lot of the stuff from her office. She was really worried because my great grandmother's children, my grandmother and, great aunts, they're genuinely terrible people. And my grandmother knew that, my great grandmother. So she was always worried that her kids, her daughters, would like sell her stuff or get rid of her stuff, which they actively were. They were actively selling her stuff when she was in a home. They're genuinely terrible people, my grandmother and them. So, anyways, my great grandmother wanted me to take things out of the house while she was still alive because she didn't want her daughters to get it because her daughters are terrible people. My grandmother personally kicked us all out for homeless. Like, literally, all of us had nowhere to go. She didn't care. Get out. Get out of the house that we spent money to fix. So, like, yeah, they're genuinely terrible people. And those people, my maternal family tried to say my paternal family was bad because my paternal family was the cult leader, and they were openly bad, and the town knew they were bad. At least they were openly bad, and they were bad to your face, and they'd tell you I don't like you to your face. The maternal side, oh, pretend we have no issue with you, and then they stab you in the back. I think that's a lot worse personally. So, anyways, don't really interact with either side of the family anymore. The cult side, don't talk to at all. Cult burned to the ground. Those people are mostly gone. A lot of them are dead. Most of them just went to go harass other people in the world. And then the maternal family, we don't talk to anymore because they left us all for homeless and they just completely abandoned us. And then I wrote a letter to my grandmother, basically telling her, you're the worst person on earth. You don't understand what sentimental even means, because she'd always try to act like, oh, I'm so sentimental. No, you're not. No, if you kick your whole family out and then you literally get rid of everything your mother owned, you just sell it all to some rando. Like, that's cool. That's cool. So I wrote her a letter basically telling her she's a horrible person. And she wrote me back a letter like, oh, it's time for healing. We're going to be close. No, we're not. Did you not get that I was yelling at you? No, she didn't get it. So she's a terrible person, in my opinion. Like, who does that? Who invites their entire family to travel 3,000 miles away from everyone they know and then kick them out just a few months later after we put money and effort into fixing the house? Like, that's cool. That's a cool person. That's grandmother-ish. So you can see why my great grandmother didn't like her or her kids. So here's my cute little snail and a random blah 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 that morning.